Welcome back, my friends. Today I'm at Wolfram Manufacturing just here in Austin, Texas. Now, a little over a year ago, I was here. Well, not here, but at their other facility that was thick 6,000 square feet. We are now in 30,000 square feet, and we're gonna offer you this exclusive opportunity to step inside where Nathan will be waiting for us to give us a first-hand look at how they've been able to grow so quickly through 3 different tiers of manufacturing. So let's step inside and see what we have going on. Well, Nathan, thank you so much for allowing us to come back in. This is incredible.
Yeah, isn't it? It's pretty exciting.
I mean, just a little while ago, not even months even at this point, you were in 6,000 square feet. We were just talking about that outside.
Oh, yeah?
And look at the expansion of this place. It's absolutely incredible. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's been quite the ride.
So, speaking of a ride, how did you manage to jump so far ahead in such a short amount of time? It's really impressive.
It is. It's one of those things on packaging that it looks like it happened in a flash, but really it was a lot of hard work coming.
So to me it was a flash, and to you, like, dude, I've been working on this a long time.
Yeah, the last shop after we saw each other last started to become quite the Tetris game. We were really stacked in, and then it was like, okay, if we had anything else, we won't be able to get the forklift back in the shop, so it's time.
If I know anything about your engineering brain, the way you do your software, Tetris is probably something you're pretty good at, to be fair.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So let's talk about this new facility. I see a lot of space here. I know space is something we're interested in discussing more of. I know software, what you're able to do internally, but for yourself and for other folks as well. So first, let's talk about at Wolfram, what do you guys do for yourselves? What is Wolfram built around here as a machine shop?
Okay. So we have 3 kind of primary legs to our business, and the manufacturing side is contract manufacturing. So we don't have our own product. We're just like all these other job shops out there trying to make things work. But we have gotten very good at the parts that we do, and very good at designing a whole method of manufacturing that works for a very modern workforce. So,
and that's part 1.
That's part 1, yes. So part 2, as we're walking around, you'll see a lot of the machines are basically taking care of and monitoring themselves. If something goes wrong, they are going to stop themselves. You're not going to see a person hear something and run for it. That is not the way we operate. So kind of that second part is all the automation that happens in a shop without the robots. And
well, I apologize for interrupting, but for me, I definitely had to change my underwear a few times when I heard the machines do something bad. But I also want to bring up, as I see Star Wars names, you've given these machines almost a consciousness at this point. They're making their own decisions to take care of us.
It's almost like a very Japanese way of thinking, like respecting the fruit and everything. You have to respect the things that are taking care of you. So, yeah, giving them a little personality definitely works for us.
One of the many things I like about you, I like about this shop, I've discussed with you before we hit record on camera, hey, I'd like to work for you too. It's that kind of place. So 1 tier, 2 tiers, there's a third though, isn't there?
Yeah, so the third is kind of, forgive a Lord of the Rings kind of pun, it's like one software to rule them all. Not like ERP, that's somebody else's game, but it's the software that watches all the equipment, lets us know and dispatches people when they need care and feeding or other attention. It's what keeps us on our game and keeps our OEE and our utilization extraordinarily high.
So now you've given me the great segue into talking about these tiers as we walk around and show the audience a little bit more of your shop. Let's start with tier 1, where you're a job shop. You're a manufacturer. Right. You're making parts, not your own patented products, but you're making high quality components for others. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep. And so it's industrial parts, it's parts for defense, parts for firearms, Historically, we had more oil and gas in our portfolio. We've weaned that down a little bit as the market has
Austin,
weaned
Texas.
itself. Right.
So why all of this space? Now, guys, as you know, I do ask questions before we start this thing. I'm not just winging it and making it up the whole time. So I understand why this space is here, but you care about community. You're a part of associations because of a community. You're wearing an Armor shirt right now. It's a part of community. So although you are making parts, you mentioned to me about 80-90% capacity because you want to be able to support someone who brings in something as well. Is that correct?
Right. So kind of the concept and the layout as we put this shop together, what you can't see is we have like bus bar power, nestled in the roof everywhere. We have airlines and everything ready to deploy. So all these open spaces are basically designed as drop-in manufacturing units as we need to help people meet their manufacturing needs.
Have I ever told you about my brain problem as we continue to walk, Nathan, about how every time a word or a sentence is said, it goes straight to a song? You said wide open spaces, and I'm singing Dixie's Chicks right now, so thanks for that. And that's not even my genre of music as a general rule, but thanks for that.
Yeah, we do what we can.
So let's continue to talk about the evolution of what you're able to do. We're gonna have a specific video on software in front of this machine. So everyone who wants the details of what Nathan's about to talk about, let's talk about your design, the name. You just got a website as well that people can go to. So very exciting when we think about giving these machines a consciousness and helping them help us, right?
Right, exactly. So our software that we use to kind of rule everything in the shop and dispatch is called OnTakt. So OnTakt time. So it's,
and just
forgive
for fun,
the pun. But,
please, I love puns, but just for fun, can you spell that for the audience as well?
Yeah, so it's ONTAKT. So we have ontakt.com, .io, .live. Any way you try and find it, you should be able to find it.
Perfect. So let's, as we continue to walk again, because I want to show off your investments, right? I see automation over here. I see a new sorting machine. I see bar feeds here from Edge Bar Feeders. It's obvious that you're into being able to walk away from your machines while they make you money, right? So your investment in that is significant, but also you have partnerships with companies like Karen Engineering. So where does all of these ideas come from? Where does this passion come from when it comes to making products and supporting others and growing the shop at such a significant rate that you said it's been a lot of hard work, but those of us who are stopping by from time to time see it quite rapidly?
That's a good question. Oh boy, just ask me like where my passion and vision comes from. Goes deep fast. I have 3 kids. I'm older than I look. I don't have a lot of gray hair. I think because I love what I do. I truly love this, and if you think about running an organization like this, I hate to walk in and see people unhappy or doing drudge work, or I hate to walk in and look at a job and think, that's something I wouldn't want to do or I wouldn't want to ask my kids to do. So where at all possible, we try and make those things go away. And there's no way around it. Manufacturing is a lot of hard work and it's a lot of hands-on work, but that stuff's great. I love that. Cleaning up coolant spills and unjamming chip conveyors, that's the garbage we don't need to be doing. So it is a passion for hearing people's ideas. We're constantly getting the team together and brainstorming. People come in the shop and we are such an open environment, within the bounds of protecting our customers' IP, but bringing people in and showing them what we do, and they get excited and everybody's excited and always sharing ideas. And you just have to keep on grabbing them, bringing them in, and making them happen. So it's a long, meandering way around where my passion is, but
I like it. It's exactly the answer I like to hear. We love pulling on heartstrings and understanding where people's passion comes from, because you're right. I mean, you're probably older than 25, which is what I would have guessed, but you're right. No gray hairs, staying young, enjoying what you do. I am going to pick your brain in just a minute as we walk this direction, because you did mention you know, you like working on the machines, you like making product, but we don't want to clean up oil spills and chip conveyors. And I see a chip conveyor getting ready to go in just a minute. So I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about chip conveyors, which I think will be fun. So we've discussed a little bit about automation. You know, I see RegoFix, I see Heimer, two direct competitors in the world of, you know, making things accurate. But it's very obvious to me that what you're doing is you're utilizing the best of what works in any situation to make sure the people who partner with you get the best parts that are out there as well. That's why I imagine why you would jump into all things, right?
Yes, yeah, that's it. Almost everything has a place in a way that it excels. Very few things exist for nothing. And we put a lot of effort into trying to find the right things. And I know you would appreciate, and some of your viewers would appreciate, like the level of effort and thought that we went into on some of the different tooling, looking at like strain gauges, and we have whole like matrices of data collected just to look at deflections. And anyway, it's fun stuff. We get a kick out of it.
Let's continue to walk this way, Nathan. Show off more of this 30,000 square foot facility, which I believe you can double in time when necessary. You actually made those types of movements. And as we go this way, we're going to take a quick pit stop here at the chip conveyor. And then after the chip conveyor, I'm going to make a small cut so I can see the zeros and ones come out, because I know software is in your blood. And I want to talk more about that as well before we get to your milling side or turning side over there as well. More turning. Chip conveyors. This is oftentimes a very overlooked subject, I would say. It's something that people we focus on machine tools, we focus on making parts, but we overlook a chip conveyor. And Hennig is a friend of ours, Nick is a friend of ours. It's a great company, and I believe we can take this opportunity to go, okay, why do you also focus on something like this, which is also going to segue into that software we were just talking about as well. So I think it's perfect timing to discuss the importance of chip conveyors.
So, you know, shops that are executing at, you know, your 80, 90% utilization already know this. Shops that is on their roadmap and they want to get there, really need to understand, if it feels like they've got a lot of maintenance going on now, man, when they hit the gas, all of a sudden it's going to be going like 100 miles an hour down a country road in the fog with trees coming at you so fast.
A dirt road too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is, maintenance is what eats your lunch and shuts your shop down. So you really have to start making decisions around what is the right thing that is going to reduce my effort and lengthen the time between me having to focus on these things. So yeah, we had perfectly good chip conveyors that our software and our system said, you are putting too much effort into these, it's costing you this much. So you have this much to spend on finding something to, you know, it's just a direct offset. And as a shop owner, the most magical thing in the world to say, this quarter it cost me $10,000, so what can I spend for $10,000 to $40,000, depending on the payback period I want. And this is an example of one of those. There are probably a dozen thoughtful things around this that make it the right tool for the job. I mean, we've got wider channels than we had before for dropping chips. It is a scraper type instead of a link belt. That means a lot for us in this particular application because we're making a lot of small chips. Some of the places where you might jam up, we get a window on top to see that you've got a jam. And it's an easy access cover, so we can get in there and pull stuff out of it. I mean, making your access points available is a world of difference. And, you know, there are quite a few conveyors out there where you have to disassemble the machine and the conveyor, take it out of the sump, just to do some basic maintenance.
And that can shut down a machine.
Absolutely.
For some basic maintenance. All right, now, as we walk this general direction, you're not afraid of blood, are you? Because I'm going to do a small little cut right here and get those zeros and ones out of you. All right, we purposely talked about that to segue into a little bit of your software. Again, those are the O's and ones coming out right now. You mentioned you can shut a machine down, right? Through something complex or something simple. Your software, giving it a consciousness, giving it an understanding, giving it a brain, allows someone to continue with their work when necessary, fully customizable, but also making the stops when it could get way worse, or it's going to create secondary, third operations. Like, this is a really intelligent, and I know we touched on it just over there a little bit, but the conveyor helps us understand the even deeper meaning of how it can help the folks out there.
Yes. So there's some really neat stuff going on in our software, and this is stuff we've been thinking about for a while and really kind of created and brought to life over the last year. So I'll say first, it's partly born out of the more productive machines you have running and the fewer people, like their time is more valuable. We have got to respect our people, just absolutely bar everything else. So our software does a lot to safe stop machines and dispatch people to where they are needed. And this is pretty cool. We call this system pre-flight, and pre-flight has every one of our machines, before it starts a new part, it asks our software whether it should be running that next part, and everything is in good shape. So if a critical tool has expired, or if a chip conveyor has piled its chips right to the top and it's about to ingest chips and cause a major hassle for somebody, it will flag our software that machine should not run its next part. We can reach out from our desks and we can put a machine on hold, and it doesn't do anything dangerous like, reach in and pull the heart out of the machine and e-stop it. But it will tell the machine, hey, after you finish your next part, I want you to wait because somebody needs to take action. And all those things distill down to messaging that's sent out via Teams, Slack, it can even be email, that says, hey, Ahsoka over there needs a hand. Chip bin is over full, and if you don't empty it, we're gonna have a problem.
Nice Star Wars name drop, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's continue our walk. All right, Nathan, we've gone through kind of the tiers of what you do here. We've seen some of the machines. We're continuing over in this general direction. It would be remiss of me, I think, not to revisit a conversation that you and I have had previously about the genesis of Wolfram. You guys have been around a little while. You continue to expand. We've talked about what you do, how you help the community, partnerships with associations. All of this matters to you. You talked about what it means to you to run the shop and how making people happy matters to you as well. Every time I have a conversation with you, Nathan, I learn something new. I find that you are one of my mentors in this industry because you are so clever with the way you go about constructing your lifestyle, your machine shop, and even articulate in conversations you have with the MTDCNC channel. So why did you even get into this to begin with?
Oh boy. I mean, I do love making. That is, as you know, near and dear to my heart. Yeah, through high school, through college, everything was around that. Detoured off, thought I was going to do investment banking, got flown out to London, put through crazy testing. Ended up circling back and deciding I wanted to do manufacturing instead. So, yeah, when we started the shop, we actually, it's kind of convenient we've ended up in this location. When we started the shop, I actually thought there was a particular opportunity we were going to be able to launch around, and I thought I knew something about that opportunity, and leaned into it, ordered a machine, got a lease on a tiny little 1,500 square foot place. It was this machine in 2011. Yep.
Still running well, it looks like.
Still running great. We love this machine. I mean, we talk chip conveyors. I love this chip conveyor.
Yeah, can we rub it a little bit?
It's a dual type. It makes me so happy.
Right? I like that.
But yeah, we started with the one machine, no secondary equipment, ready to go. Thought we were going to have one of those magical jump starts, and then everything got canceled.
Aye.
Yeah. And
what year was that again?
2011.
Sounds about right.
So, yeah. So all of a sudden it was, you know this, it was into hustle mode. Who do we know? Who can we do work for? What additional resources do we have to pull in? All of a sudden we thought we were going to be steady state production right from the get-go, and we were not. So it was brutal, and it was, but we stuck through it. We persevered through several market ups and downs since then. We feel like we've found more of ourselves, and yeah, ourselves is just like collecting good ideas, listening to the smallest pain point that somebody in the shop has and seeing what you can do about it, because it just is such a virtuous circle. It makes them happier. They see something else, and you know, sometimes it's for their happiness, and sometimes because they're the ones doing the jobs, it is just absolute magic what they bring out. And you're like, oh my gosh, you're right. If we just did that, yeah, we wouldn't have to check on this 4 times a shift, or yeah. So
well,
anyway, long
Nathan,
way around.
Yeah, it's perfect. Your smile is infectious. I can tell that you enjoy what you do. I want to wrap this up, put a little bow on it before I head back outside and kind of conclude this video. I want to bring it all back full circle and just really reiterate for everyone watching right now. You are a shop. You make components. You're going to go out there and you're going to bid on stuff. But if there's folks out there right now who have a complex part or a part that needs outsourcing, you will do that for them. But not only do that for them, you have the space for them to bring in components to make it work for a certain amount of time. And on top of that, you have software that you provide to help other people's shops run better because you're using it here. Like that commercial of the guy with no hair, he's like, I'm not just the owner, I also, you know, that kind of,
right,
you're using it and you understand perfectly how you constantly develop it to make it better. So it really is this part of the process for everyone watching out there. If you get in touch with Wolfram Manufacturing, you're looking at a partner that can make parts. They're going out and doing their own sales, while also you can touch base with you, bring in components, whether it be a specialty investment to make it work, and then the software side of things. You want to make your shop better, understand you better, you maybe even have a consciousness, as we've said several times now. That's where you come into play. So let's just wrap this up, put a good bow on it, let everyone know. Did I summarize it okay?
Yeah, no, that was
terrific.
That was terrific. Absolutely, yes. I mean, we are out there running parts, but we built in the ability to grow, not just the drop spots that we showed there, but you know, we can double this entire capacity up to 60,000 square feet if and when we need to do that. And yeah, we love working with customers, helping them develop their process. Some of the processes we just keep on running for them. Sometimes we bring it online, and since we do it cradle to grave and we know what this takes, we can develop things for them and put them back in their hands, and they have a great way to continue manufacturing.
Nathan, I have a few projects I'm working on the side that I could really use manufactured for me. Can I utilize you?
Absolutely.
My friend, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you all for watching. The last thing I want to do before I walk back outside, head off to my next adventure. Can you just drop the website for, I know Google, we can find it, but can you just drop the website for us real quick?
Yep, so Wolfram, Wolfram, MFG, short for manufacturing.com. So wolframmfg.com.
You're my hero. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to step outside now, and I'll see you all outside, but it's going to take a few minutes because I'm going to walk around the shop some more. I'm really enjoying myself. Well, my friends, that's your first-hand look at this exponential growth by Wolfram Manufacturing, taught by Nathan, and the 3 tiers. If you're interested in this type of software that can help your machine shop grow, in this type of partnership that can help you do more, in this type of manufacturing where quality is key and smiles are of the utmost importance, as you can tell from Nathan, reach out to Wolfram Manufacturing anytime. For now, I'll see you again soon, but I'm off to the next visit.